Hello and welcome back to another Locals Report, or again, whatever I'm calling this. That might be the full title now, Local Report or whatever I'm calling this. This time we're looking at Manaflux from the 11th of May. Again, playing Giratina, getting ready for the League Cup coming up. Not time of recording, but at the time of doing this. It's another, Giratina, list, cat. Yeah, first game was Arcdura, which isn't a favourable matchup for me, actually. I think Giratina kind of generally loses going into that matchup. Game 1 was quite an easy one. Complete brick for the opponent, so I managed to just get an Arceus powered up and tank through everything that went through. Game 2 was much better for the opponent. Their Duraludon managed to take two knockouts on my Arceus. Arcei? It took down 2 Arceus. But fortunately, it already had a Tina powered up for the final KO. Can't really remember much of that match, actually. I think we kept getting broken up. It's a bit of a weird one, because the guy I played, he also runs like a stall within Manaflux, so he was having to get a bit distracted by like people trying to come over and buy stuff. So yeah, a bit of a disruptive match, but it was a fun one. Yeah, I think I definitely got lucky with how I played. It is very much a case of like with Giratina against Duraludon, get some damage down with Arceus, and then hoping clean up with Giratina. Because even with a choice belt, Giratina doesn't one-shot a Duraludon. It's a really awkward matchup, actually. So yeah, fortunately came through that okay. Round 2 was yet another Arceus Duraludon. He spotted a theme yet. Started second, won game through path sticking the entire game. Another time to showcase like a really fun skill with Arceus, and something I talked about the other day actually. Having path down is amazing if you have Lost Vacuum. Sometimes you start with Lost Vacuum, sometimes you don't see it until the very end, sometimes it's prized. Throwing path down just to stop the opponent from getting Starbirth down, or being able to use Duraludon's ability to stop you from doing damage with Special Energy, super helpful. Like, I've been sacrificing my own Starbirth like early on so much, and it's helping me to like kind of delay using Starbirth when I can freely use it, if that makes sense. It's an interesting skill to have developed with the deck. Anyway, yeah, the path stuck the entire time. I got the Lost Vacuum. I think I had to try and find a trainer. It might be the boss or something like that. So vacuumed up my own path, grabbed what I needed, as well as another path to the peak. Played down back to the peak, throw down the supporter, and yeah, did really well there. Game 2, I lost that one. Started second, missed DTE on turn 1, so just never got the tempo up and just fell over, which the deck does. If you go second, you need to hit the DTE, otherwise, unless the opponent's had a bad start, you ain't getting anywhere. Game 3 was probably the most interesting. Started first, couldn't get into the game at all. Radiant Alakazam and Hawlucha tech killed me. So it was Matt I was playing. He was playing a bit of a weird variation. Hawlucha hitting for the extra like 10 damage is really helping fix some numbers again with that deck. And again, Radiant Alakazam also doing similar things, like just moving damage counters where they needed to just take like easy knockouts with Duraludon and things like that. Yeah, I just couldn't stand up against it, so yeah, really impressive. Round 3 was a bye, so... And round 4 was Sablezard. Started off with an opponent brick, and Tina just soloed everything that was going on. Game 2, right, this is a lot of written down. So let's see if we can, like, figure out where I went. I can't remember any of these matches, and I'm really struggling to, like, add extra detail. Game 2, actually misplayed after really bad start. Both Tina V in discard by the time Miltank came down. Yeah, so this opponent was playing Miltank in the Lost deck. I remember that much. So I ended up having to yeet a Tina V with Professor's Research because I had a really bad start. Another Tina got knocked out quite early on as well. So both Tina V were in the discard, Miltank came down. I had no way of getting through Tina without... no way of getting through Miltank without Giratina, with its Shred. Survived with Tanky, Arceus, vstar, and Sharon's Care. So I think, yeah, I used it, Palpad, found it again, kept cycling through. Built up Bibarel to attack, and missed the heads. Nice. Opponent roped, used the escape rope, gave them Squovit to KO with Cramorant, and then KO'd Cramorant for the win. So I used all my boss's orders, I'd used my Palpad, so I couldn't get boss's orders back. My escape rope was gone, so I was taking like one prize at a time each time. The Miltank stuck for ages. I remember bossing up something, knocking that out, Miltank came back up, and we were just stuck. And I think on deck out, I think I was probably going to end up losing, and I genuinely think my opponent just got bored. Just said, you know what, I'm just going to take a knockout. I'm just going to see if he ends up moving up the Arceus. I think they were literally relying on me to just like move up the Arceus with the escape rope, and I was like, have the squirrel. So yeah, ended up winning that. So overall, it was a 2-1, 3-1. Yeah, 3-1, but one of them was a bye, so hard to count really. So definitely a 2-1. And again, some learning lessons. It's what this deck is all about, I think. Like, a lot of people think it's an easy monkey deck, as as Michael calls it, but it's actually, like, you know, there's a lot more thought going into it than I think a lot of people realize. But yeah, still a fun deck. Glad the squirrel's in there. Glad the Bibberell's in there. But all this was in preparation for my League Cup on Saturday that just went past. So look forward to telling you about that, but that's in the next video. So, hey, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, all the links are in the description below. If you can think of anything you want me to talk about in these kind of videos, let me know. I'm totally open to any feedback. I just want to make these videos good. Maybe I do a locals report on a Saturday against, like, the entire week rather than doing individual ones. Maybe that's easier, I don't know. But if you enjoyed this, again, all the links are in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!